All right, welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Young and Opinionated, the podcast where the new studio has become Carl's bed. Well, mostly for her because I can't really lay down or sit down anywhere because right now all the space is being taken up by Carl and Nina, the cat. And this is forcing me to do the whole podcast on my feet for around 40 to 50 minutes of recording this.
It'll be fine.
Yes, sure, it'll be fine. You might hear some background noises like, I don't know, yelling. We don't have a proper studio, so yeah.
Please bear with us and our technical difficulties.
One of the main things we did was we went out to see how Halloween really is. Like trick-or-treaters. Like, we don't celebrate Halloween. We never gone out to trick-or-treat. And I've only seen how people trick-or-treat in, like, the movies. Like, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I see all the kids walking around. And I really wanted to know what it really was. So, Dad, Carl, and I went out. We went to a nearby neighborhood, and we looked around. Well, we went to multiple neighborhoods, and we looked around. And it's really not like the movies at all.
It's actually very different. It's actually completely different.
It sucks. I don't know if it's because of COVID or something, or because parents are finally realizing taking candy from strangers is kind of weird. Some of them walk, but the most popular thing is driving and just finding a house that looks like they're participating and then just stopping there.
Also, there's like very like small patches of kids. Like, there wasn't any like big groups or mantles. There's just tiny little groups. Maybe their parents and the kids.
Maybe it's Sarasota, because we wanted to go to Lakewood Ranch. We planned to go to Lakewood Ranch, but Dad said it was a bit too far to go just to go look there. But I bet if we would have gone there, we would have actually seen like a proper trick-or-treat. There's no Halloween spirit here in Sarasota. The houses look abandoned. There's no decorations. But whenever Dad and I go to Lakewood Ranch, like every house has Halloween things. So Halloween's done. Now we move on to Christmas, because Thanksgiving isn't real either. What?
It's a racist holiday.
It's a what?
It's a racist holiday.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's celebrating the Pilgrims, and you know how the Pilgrims are white people, and then
The Pilgrims are white? I thought they were dark-skinned like us.
No, they were white. They were like, whatchamacallem? What's that one face? Christopher, whatever.
Christopher Robin? Christopher Columbus?
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like him and his gang, like, they made a feast with the natives. But
yeah, it was a nice, happy feast that lasted like 3 days, I don't know.
Yeah, and then at the end of it, they actually enslaved those natives and took their land.
Oh, God.
And killed most of them off.
Oh, well.
So
I'm still thankful for vlogs.
No.
Now we're going to move on to Christmas. It's arguably one of the most wonderful times of the year whenever Christmas comes by. Like, everybody who's a jerk to you, like, becomes friends. Like, I remember, personally, my elementary school bully would, like, be nicer to me whenever Christmas rolled around. Because you don't bully during Christmas times. Like, you're being a jerk. We've been having this issue where Nina now is getting adjusted to sleeping in our room, in our beds. She prefers Carl's by a slight bit, but she likes to go on mine, and I don't like her being on my bed. How are you planning to deal with this new problem?
No.
No.
Well, if she gets hasty like the last time, some precautions will have to be taken. But
Didn't she, like, bite you when you're trying to pet her?
No, like, last time was, she always, like, got used to sleeping on the top front of my bed, so I was just never able to sleep, and then anytime I'd, like, be at the wall and then roll over, you know, to face your side, she'd just be there, and I'd have to, like, move, because then she'd, you know, hiss and scratch and bite, claw and punch.
For folks who don't know, I post vlogs, I make vlogs, I film, I edit, and I post.
Such a depressing life.
Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But lately, I have been videos have taken so long to edit that I posted Wednesday, Friday, and then just yesterday, Saturday, I got it right. Like at 10 p.m. And in Saturday's vlog, we went to go see a soccer game for one of my friends who was playing. He's like, come over.
Yeah.
Watch the preseason game. I'm like, sure thing. I love soccer.
I sat down. I was there. I watched the game. My spirit for my own school was demotivated by a bunch again.
It was really fun to go. We had a lot of fun watching and making fun of the people. The coach is hilarious because he sucks at doing his job. I filmed all of it. It was really fun. We screamed a lot. We had a lot of fun time. This leads us on to a different topic that's really similar. Why do girls hate sports? I literally don't know any female who cares about sports. And I know a bunch of females.
Let me name them. Mom, me. Oh, that's it.
Screw you. Like, how can you not, like, scream your lungs out watching someone get knocked out? Watching someone get knocked out unconscious on the ground and, like, die for a few seconds is incredible. Like, I have a vlog about this. When Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder for the 3rd time, I was screaming my lungs out. I was so excited. It was the best time of my life. And was so happy because I knew Fury was going to win, but I didn't know he was going to win that way.
Weirdo. I don't scream for many things in the first place.
Yeah, you do. You scream when you cross bridges. You scream when you see spiders.
That's fear. That's not excitement. That's fear.
If you're on death row and they say you can have one last meal, your favorite meal, what's your meal?
Kung Fu Panda soup.
Kung Fu Panda soup.
Yeah.
Something you can drink.
And eat. It will quench my thirst as well as my hunger.
Recently, pizza has stolen my heart. I had this talk with Carl where I was like, why do people like Mexican food? I was born into a Mexican family. We were all born here. Yet I hate Mexican food. But pizza is for everybody.
Oh, no.
Pizza is literally an international food. Like, everybody knows how to. What? They have pizza in North Korea, of all places. If it's in North Korea, it'll be anywhere.
Did you know there's actually people who don't like pizza?
Well, those people are mentally insane.
And there's people who don't like tacos.
Well,
Those people.
That's normal.
No. That's what you call favoritism. That's also what you call bias.
I had friends that were lactose intolerant. And then they would literally still eat the pizza because it was so good. And they'd have to take, like, some medication after. Well, they were that dedicated. So even lactose intolerant people can eat pizza. Even people with illness fight against it just to have the juicy pizza.
And tacos are great.
And a taco will be like, a taco. I'll go back to starving. Here's another thing. I hate people who send us food. Sorry, guys. But whoever's sending us food, stop it. I don't like food.
Please don't stop it.
I don't like food sent from other people.
Why?
Unless my mom or a fast food worker made it. Do you have any fears or phobias?
I think we should move on.
As a Gen Z kid from the new era.
Height.
No. Something normal.
Bridge.
What's wrong with you? Why can't you cross a bridge?
Look, I hate them.
Carl has a phobia of bridges. I don't know what it's called, but it's a really long title. I have a phobia of the night, in particular the dark. I will now say it to everybody listening. I am 18 years old and I have been sleeping with and will continue to sleep forever till the end of time with a nightlight. I have a nightlight and I plan to keep having a nightlight till the day I die because I cannot sleep without it. And I also hate being alone. It sucks.
You also,
What? What? Say it.
Actually, that's another topic. I know it's not planned, but let's move on to another topic.
I was gonna open up, but okay.
You're gonna open up even more. Do you think grown men should be able to cry?
Oh, great. Grown men crying. Like, if you will project yourself as a masculine figure, like a really masculine figure your whole life, and you start crying, then I'll laugh at you. But if you don't, then I'll be like, oh, wow. Okay, this is awkward. Because guys crying is really weird. It's kind of awkward. Girls crying is really normal. Because they cry about their broken nails. It takes a lot for a guy to cry. Trust me, I would know. I'm a very emotional person, and that sucks. Because I cry to songs, and it's horrible. Carl has no emotion. She doesn't cry for any song. She doesn't care.
I'm emotionally unstable.
Yeah, see, she doesn't care.
That's not what that means.
My favorite singer right now in the modern era is Sia. Her songs and her voice are beautiful. Chandelier always gets me tearing up. I told you I had an experience at the laundromat where I was playing her songs, Chandelier, and then I started like tearing up, and then some tears were starting to like go down my face, and then the lady that worked there was just looking at me like, what's wrong with me? Like if I was like, if I was going insane. Because she couldn't believe that such a masculine figure like me was crying my eyes out to a song.
I'd imagine she's like, why is that little boy crying?
I'm not a little boy. I'm 18 years old and I have a license.
And I don't go to college. So let's say they lost their Minecraft dog. How could I laugh at that? I will mourn for them.
Oh yeah. I'm a very attachable person. I get attached to things too quickly. I
remember one time I genuinely just sobbed out and like told on you for killing my Minecraft horse.
That was a fun experience. I killed Carl's Minecraft horse like 2 years ago, I think. 2 or 3 years ago I killed her. And it was super fun.
I was sobbing.
I was literally the villain in that world.
I legit was starting to think I was never going to be able to forgive you for it. I was like, we're going to have to live different lives. This is unforgivable.
Looking back at it, I understand. I hate the thought of someone seeing me cry. Like, my parents haven't seen me cry in like years, like 4 or 5 years it must have been.
Since you quit Auntie Anne's.
I quit my job. Holy crap.
That's the last time they saw you cry.
I had a breakdown, a mental breakdown when I quit my job at Auntie Anne's because it was like the worst experience ever. Just me, because I'm weak. Not everybody else. I love you, Auntie Anne's.
The first time I'd seen you cry in like years was the My Little Pony ending.
The My Little Pony Friendship is Magic series ending. We watched it together we watched it on New Year's. Yeah, New Year's of 2020. And it was just the most saddest thing ever watching one of my favorites cartoon series of all time ending like that.
I got concerned because I couldn't tell if you were laughing or if you were crying. Because you're like, I'm like, are you okay? Are you laughing? Are you crying? And then you got up and then you hunched over and you're like covering your face and I was like, okay, you're crying.
And Carl had no emotion. She didn't cry at that ending. I don't know how.
I did cry. I shed a few tears.
I shed a few gallons of tears.
What I did cry at was Tiny Tim.
Holy crap.
That's the other time I saw you cry.
The Muppets Christmas special. Where, what's the story even?
The Christmas Carol?
The Christmas Carol with the Muppets. When Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy had their children, and then this little poor Tiny Tim Frog, when he did not show up for the next Christmas, was the saddest thing I've ever seen.
His little hat and stick.
They left his hat and his walking stick next to his chair in the fireplace where he always sat at, which was the saddest thing ever. And I was like, how did this happen?
And also, something that was very, like, I didn't expect it because I was just, like, watching the screen and I was crying along with it. And then out of nowhere, I just hear you crying, was the Luca ending.
Oh, yeah. Luca was a movie, Disney or Pixar?
Pixar.
Luca is a Pixar movie that Carl insisted we watch. I had no idea what it was about. I said I didn't like it that much. I looked at it and I said, this doesn't look that interesting to me. And then we looked at it, we watched it, and then it was such an emotional roller coaster. And I just ended up crying at the end, which is the most pathetic thing ever.
I didn't think you would, like, care. I thought you were just putting it on for me to watch, and then I'm crying over here. It's like my gallons of tears as they're departing, and then I just hear you with your laughing, crying again, and I look to my side, and you're, like, crying, and I'm like, huh?
I'm pretty sure I laughed to, like, hide the fact that I cry. Because I don't like when people see me crying. Because I think it's weak of me. I have problems facing the fact that I'm emotional. I wish to take that away from me somehow.
Oh, dear Lord.
So yeah.
A bit dark.
Speaking of what, would you ever beat your partner?
Oh my god! Please tell me that's not actually on there.
Yeah, there it is.
Why?
I saw a statistic of people who beat their partners, and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, let's talk about it in our podcast. Right after speaking of emotions, do you like beating your partner?
Dad jokes a lot about Carl, that she would beat up her partner one day because Carl is so aggressive towards Dad and me. So, yeah, she'd probably defend herself if anything. And she'd be the man pretty much in the relationship. She'd wear the pants. So yeah, you would?
No.
What if they cheated on you? Come on,
No.
answer.
That's the answer, no.
Dang. Well, you heard it here, folks.
If they cheat, well then I leave. Simple as that. Great. Okay, goodbye.
You hear that, folks? Carl is open to getting cheated on. I couldn't imagine beating my partner. This is horrible.
Wait a minute. One time you told me if I ever get her pregnant, bam! Right to the stomach!
Look, I was making this. I made this joke sometime in 2019, 2020, somewhere there. I was going it was 2020. I was going insane due to quarantine, and then I said, if my wife ever gets pregnant, and I'm giving her a right hook to the stomach, ending it right then and there.
It was so out of nowhere.
I was going
me
insane.
And you were practicing with the pets, and then you were like, lower it down to like a stomach level. My wife's stomach.
So yeah, I was hitting the boxing bag, and I was like, this is how I'm gonna hit my wife's stomach. Bam, bam, bam.
And I'm like, are you okay, buddy? Buddy, do you need to talk?
No, I wouldn't beat my wife. Unless... No, never.
Excuse you?
Never. I'm terrified of touching them like that. That'd be horrible. Why would I marry someone I love and then proceed to hit them?
Right. Thank you for having common sense.
Do you believe in conspiracies?
Depending on which. I like ones that have more solid base, even though, yeah, you know, like, they're all conspiracy theories. There's not going to be
There's
much
a
solid
bunch of
bench.
evidence. The FBI has unreleased files you can read online.
But, like, unreleased files.
Oh, I mean, they have declassified. They have declassified files you can read online.
Declassified?
Yeah, they were classified and then they got declassified,
Oh,
so the
dear
public
Lord.
could see them.
No, but, like, I do believe that the government can hide a lot from us because it's the government. They're literally, they have the Pentagon, which is the most secure thing. What are they hiding that needs to be that secured from the world?
I think JFK got murdered by the FBI, which is, or the secret societies, which is honestly the saddest thing ever. Because, believe it or not, despite all the things JFK did, he was like the last good president that cared. And he was around in the 60s.
Oh, Tor.
So right now, all we've had is crap. Because...
Hey, Obama!
Hey, Obama!
He made Obamacare!
He made Obamacare, guys!
He cared!
He cared! Oh, Obamacare. He made Obamacare.
He made Obamacare!
JFK was the one who warned us about secret societies, and then, what do you know? He gets assassinated, which is one of the worst things ever. What could he have done? And then his brother got assassinated as well. He also wanted to become president. So it sucks. So yeah, there was this thing with the mafia. I'm going to explain it super quick as much as I can. the mafia pretty much helped JFK get elected somehow, and then because they thought that his office would like stop the breakdown on the mafia, and then they didn't, and then they targeted Frank Sinatra because he was close to JFK and he was really close with the mafia. And then the mafia boss, I don't remember his name. I don't remember anybody's name almost. He had a hit on Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., pretty much all of the Rat Pack. He had a hit on them ready. And then he listened to the song That's Life by Frank Sinatra, which brought him back to sense, and he literally said, I could not forgive myself if I got rid of that voice. Because Frank Sinatra had a beautiful voice.
Even mafia have heart.
Even the mafia had a heart to forgive him and let him live out his life. So yeah, that was really great. But there is a secret society, Bohemian Grove. If I get assassinated and I don't get to live till the next podcast, just know what happened. Bohemian Grove is pretty much this secret society where like the world's elite come together. Like,
come together.
Yeah, just search it up on YouTube. Like, there's videos. There are literally videos of this. Alex Jones, believe it or not, he managed to get into where they do the ritual and everything. He saw them and everything. It's super scary what Bohemian Grove potentially could be. I literally got chills. I'm sweating just talking about this because I'm terrified what's gonna happen to me. Let's move on before I get shot right now. There's a sniper.
We just see a red target in your forehead.
Guys, nice prank.
It's a nice prank, guys.
How has life changed ever since I started vlogging?
Oh no! Oh!
I started vlogging like since January, like late January, like at the end of January, and I started like consistently vlogging like at March. How has life changed?
Everything's been way more chaotic. You've been a lot more depressed. Okay, life's been chaotic. You've been a lot more introverted. I've noticed that you've become way more introverted since like then. Also, you know, due to the pandemic and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't able to do anything.
You haven't socialized in a year, but even
and then there was the vaccine problem. But I couldn't hang out with friends. Even
more than that, you just became even more socially introverted because you just edit for you edit, actually, not that you edited, you still edit for hours and hours and hours and hours.
I've made 75 videos.
Hours and hours and hours.
And they've taken many hours.
Without end. I think your sanity is unstable at this point.
I have a few gray hairs.
You're also very...
I'll take the compliment.
Agitated.
Oh, great.
Or agitated a bowl.
Oh, great.
If you don't have a vlog up, you're bound to kill someone.
No, I'm bound to film somebody.
No, you're bound to kill somebody to film it.
Enough about me. What about you? Pretty much the same person.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I guess I'm a little more outgoing. Not really, though. I mean, I've just had to stick up with all of your stuff, like, during the game when you guys started, like, shouting, and we literally went through the little field when we could have gone outwards. That was embarrassing.
Everybody around has gotten used to the camera, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Really?
Mom.
Well, Mom doesn't want to be in any of my videos. She hates my videos.
She doesn't hate them.
She just doesn't
She just mildly despises them. Out of character, you and Dad just start talking like if there was a camera in front of you. Like, Dad will start... Actually, Dad, honestly, he acts like that anywhere because that's just Dad with or without a camera.
Yeah, whenever Carl is on camera, I want her to be like more straightforward. Like, she takes a lot of time explaining things and telling stories. I really want her to be quick because I have a time limit. But whenever Dad is on camera, he's literally the exact same person because he's just that funny. He's really clumsy. He's a really funny person. He's probably the funniest person I know. Just because he's that clumsy. Carl is not the funniest person I know. I just got hit.
And as for you, you become a lot more
Sorry, I just twitched.
A lot more tense and anxiety filled.
Quit talking about me. I'm sweating.
Exactly. And then like outside of it, you just like sometimes you'll like say something kind of loud and like in a manner of like you sound a little bit like a robot, and I'm like, oh, why are you doing your vlogging voice?
Well, folks, we have a meeting to get to.
That sounds professional, but it's true.
We have a meeting to get to, so I'll leave you off with my words of wisdom for the week. Carl failed hers last time, so I have to do it again.
No, I can do it.
Okay, give us your words of wisdom.
I had them. Well, what did I tell you that I was gonna say?
Oh my god.
No, I can do this. To be, to or not to be. No.
This is awkward.
I had good ones.
Carl, we have our meeting in 1 minute. We have to meet with officials for a brand deal.
I had a good one. And you said that you were going to replace yours if I actually had said it. Okay, fine. You go ahead then.
All right. Once again.
No,
Shut up. Once again, I'll do the words of wisdoms to sign us off. All right. Here they are. Do or do not. There is no try. Simple. Thanks for watching another episode. We'll see you next time on another episode of Young and Opinionated. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Woohoo.